Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news, guys. Now reportedly in the current media and press, reportedly there's been more things that I've basically updated about Mesut Ozil in the current process. Now, rumours are stemming and speculation that reportedly rumours are stemming from social media that Ozil could still potentially sign a new deal with Arsenal Football Club, and this has put Arsenal fans into a bit of a frenzy. They've got excited about this rumour that has been going around. It is in a media outlet that reportedly Ozil could still suggest, possibly sign a new deal with Arsenal, but Sanchez could leave the club, and this is in the press as well. So it's big breaking news, because we know that Mesut Ozil, I think Arsenal are still basically desperate to keep the player, Mesut Ozil, but we know that the player is coming to an end of his contract, and he's been heavily into a move to Old Trafford for at least about 5-6 weeks now. Also, Barcelona have been interested in Mesut Ozil as well, but as I said, he's in the process. He's nowhere near close to securing a new deal with Arsenal. Arsenal haven't been in talks for a while, and we know the contract talks are stalled. We know also he's been demanding a higher wage increase as Mesut Ozil as well, and also Jose Mourinho classifies him as a good number 10, and it would be very good Mourinho, because Mourinho's looking to reunite with the player. After they worked fantastic together at Real Madrid. We all know he's got experience being in Germany. He was in the Bundesliga for 5 years, where he's up ranked to Schalke. Went to Werder Bremen as well, and had 3 fantastic years with Real Madrid. And since he's come to the Premier League, he's got a record of assists as Mesut Ozil. Definitely, and Arsenal paid £42 million for him from Real Madrid, as we all know. So what it's said in the press, it's on social media that reportedly Ozil could still significantly sign a new deal with Arsenal Football Club. It did say in the press about 5-6 weeks ago that he told his teammates that he does want to join Manchester United. It did actually say Ozil was still keen on staying in the Premier League, because we know that Barcelona have been linked to with Mesut Ozil as well. It did confirm the other week in the press that Ozil's agent had been in discussions with Barcelona. It also confirmed that it did say the reports were stemming from Spain that Ozil had agreed a contract with Barcelona and actually agreed to join Barcelona. But it did say in the press the other week actually that he'd been given permission to leave Arsenal. He could be available for around £20 million. It did say as well he was demanding a high wage increase of over £300,000 as well. And what else did it say? And it said Wenger has actually suggested now that Ozil and Sanchez will not be sold in the January window, but he's taking a bit of a financial risk there, of course, unless Ozil and Sanchez sign a new deal. This is not looking likely at the moment, especially maybe possibly one of them could still sign a new deal. And it's actually saying in the press that Ozil could still possibly sign a new deal. It's put Arsenal, and Arsenal fans into a bit of a frenzy. What's being said on social media about this as well. But as I said, he's been into Barcelona, as I said, but Messi has said he'd rather see Coutinho at Barcelona than Messi. But obviously, Barcelona have got quite a few alternatives. Obviously, Philippe Coutinho is their main target, but they have got quite a few alternatives as well of Barcelona if they do, fail with the pursuit of Philippe Coutinho as well. But he did confirm that Barcelona and Arsenal, have been in talks as well. But yeah, Ozil, good, fantastic creating chances, very good at providing assistance. He's been at Arsenal, he's made over a century appearances now as the player. And, there's been talks about Aiden Chuan and Ozil as a potential swap deal. There's been talks about that after Aiden Chuan was spotted in London reportedly. Ferdinand said he'd be a good sign for Man United, he'd be a good addition to our squad. Also, Ian Wright had said this as well, he'd be an unbelievable signing for Manchester United, because Man United and Arsenal have done business in the past. We saw Welbeck to Arsenal from Man United, Van Persie, to Manchester United from Arsenal, and won his league that season, in the 2013 season. The last season with Fergie, scored 30 goals in the Premier League for us as well. Did Van Persie, so potentially it could still happen, but reportedly what's being said on social media that he could still sign a new deal. Could Mesut Ozil, with Arsenal Football Club as well. So that's the latest news about that basically. And what else was I going to say now? It's in my eye. So yeah, that's the latest news about that. But he has been on Barcelona's agenda as well as Mesut Ozil, because obviously Jose Mourinho, at Manchester United, is still looking to address that midfield, basically, because he's looking to address that midfield, is Jose Mourinho, because obviously, we've got Fellaini, who's coming to an end of his contract. He could be set to leave on a free next summer. Mkhitaryan, if we get a number 10 in there, he could definitely fall down the pecking order, and definitely, with his recent form as being poor, and this is why he hasn't been starting regularly, on the Jose Mourinho recently, but he did fantastically well earlier on in the season, did Mkhitaryan. Scored quite a few goals, provided quite a few assists. Michael Carrick, is aging up as well, and he's coming to a halt of his career soon. He's been at the club over a decade. He's won every single domestic cup, and he's been suffering heart problems. So this is why Jose Mourinho wants to address the midfield a little bit. But as I said, the board have said, we have to sell before we can buy. And what we're basically saying, that I said earlier on, that Jose Mourinho has spent 300 million in 3 transfer windows in a 3-year contract at Old Trafford. He's won wherever he's been, but reportedly he's had discussions with Ed Woodward, about the plans for the January transfer window that's coming up very soon. And reportedly, Ed Woodward is prepared to give him £80 million, to spend in the January window. And we could still see a couple of our left-backs go, as I mentioned earlier, Darmian and Luke Shaw as well, who are getting enough game time, especially this season at Manchester United. But suggesting now, as I said, another midfielder, that Manchester United have been interested in, and quite a catalogue of teams have been interested in. It's Leon Goretzka, as that's been mentioned in the press in the last couple of days, about Leon Goretzka as well. Leon Goretzka is a Schalke player. He's very, very good in the Bundesliga. He's a fantastic young edge prospect. Also very, very good for Germany as well. Is Leon Goretzka. So he's coming to an end of his deal. As I said, he's Leon Goretzka. Schalke don't want him to leave. Schalke are actually, prepared to offer Leon Goretzka a new deal in the current process, but he's creative. He's very, very dynamic as well, because he can play as defensive mid. He can play on the wings as well. Leon Goretzka, and the Schalke director, he wants Leon Goretzka to stay. But as I said, these teams that have been interested is Manchester United, Bayern Munich, Arsenal, Liverpool have been interested in Leon Goretzka as well. So he's attracted a few interests from other teams as Leon Goretzka as well. But reportedly, I think these teams are prepared to have discussions with Leon Goretzka representatives over making a potential move. But yeah, he is coming to an end of his contract. As he's a current player, and Leon Goretzka did say he will make his decision on his Schalke future in the January window as well. But Schalke, this is his 5th season now all in all in pro Schalke. He's also been in the reserve team. Schalke only paid, was it £3-4 million for him? Schalke only paid £3-4 million for him, and he did sign a 5-year professional deal, when he signed for Schalke in 2013, did the player. Coming to an end of his deal now, and he has made over a century appearances, for Schalke as the player as well. Joint top scorer in Germany as well, ripping up the youth system with Schalke very, very well indeed. And he's scoring goals this season. I think he scored 4 or 5 so far in the Bundesliga for Schalke this season as well as a player. But he would dramatically improve us, would Leon Goretzka. And also as an ex-Bochum player, he was there for a lot of years. That's where he began his career, raising up the youth system very, very well. And he's grown and developed into his game, especially since, making his debut for Schalke in 2013 as well. And he also made his professional debut for Bochum in 2012, did the player. And he's tall, he's quick, he's agile, he's skillful, his passing ability is good, and he's tall as well, which is very, very essential indeed. But there's other teams that have also been interested in Leon Goretzka as well, and so yeah, and what? Okay. Yeah, right. Young Goretzka. So basically, as well, the left back, Jose Mourinho, is looking to adjust the left back because Jose Mourinho does want to adjust that left hand side in the Manchester United team and the squad. He wants to adjust that left hand side, does Jose Mourinho, because I says we have to sell before we can buy. Jose Mourinho's getting 80 million in January, but we could see Luke Shaw and Darmian go in the January window as well. But we definitely need someone on the left wing. Definitely need someone on the left wing, and we need someone at left back. As well. But as I said, Jose Mourinho, as I said about the left back, Luke Shaw and Darmian could go, as it did say in the press. Luke Shaw, he's frustrated with lack of game time. He's getting with Manchester United. Reportedly, Newcastle are the latest team that have been interested in him. Man United have put a price tag of £20 million for Luke Shaw. Newcastle are not prepared to pay the £20 million. It did say Newcastle, were keen on getting Luke Shaw on a loan deal. And Luke Shaw has not played in the Premier League this season. He's only played twice the Carabao Cup. He's fourth, fifth choice left back now under Jose Mourinho. Is the player, is Luke Shaw. He had his England senior debut in 2014. We purchased him for £29 million, Southampton in 2014 as well. So this is fourth season now in the process. Only played 32 times for Manchester United, so that's not that good. And for a young player like that, he wants to be guaranteed first team football week in, week out. We got him during the Van Gaal era. First became regular. But especially under Jose Mourinho, Luke Shaw has not featured much, and he hasn't been the same, Luke Shaw, since he broken his leg, as I said. But he mentioned before that Chelsea and Arsenal have been interested. He mentioned Fenerbahce, but wasn't interested in going there. And Rafa Benitez and Newcastle are keen on Luke Shaw, but also, as we all know, there's been talks he could go back to Southampton, where he'd reason up the youth system, but I think Southampton have to offload Ryan Bertrand. But there's been talks about, Luke Shaw and Danny Rose as a potential swap deal, as we all know as well. Luke Shaw and Danny Rose as a potential swap deal. He did say the other week in the press, Man United were prepared to pay £40 million plus offer Luke Shaw as part of a swap deal, for Danny Rose as well. But Luke Shaw's fallen down the pecking order, and I think Man United are going to get rid of him in January, as I said. But Danny Rose, I still think, is a favourite to replace Luke Shaw. Danny Rose, as I said, he's been at Tottenham 10 years. He's still with Tottenham until 2021. He did criticise Tottenham, for their lack of investment back in August. He also criticised the wages he was seeing, because he's only on £65,000 a week. But if it comes to a team like United, we could double his wages. It did say in January Tottenham are willing to offload Danny Rose for £45 million, because he'd been out of injury for about 9 or 10 months at Danny Rose, and he's clearly not satisfied with Pochettino. He began his career with Leeds. Dad, what you doing? What? Whose house? He began his career with Leeds, did Danny Rose, but he has been at Tottenham 10 years. But good attacking instinct, good defensive distribution, and Ben Davies has been fulfilling Danny Rose's spot this season. But obviously, I think his favourite to replace Luke Shaw at Manchester United is Danny Rose. And talking, my bloody eyes are itching. Danny Rose, yes. So basically, I think Danny Rose is favourite to replace Luke Shaw as well. But obviously, Tottenham are looking for replacements for Danny Rose as well. Ryan Sessegnon, Tottenham identify him as a fantastic replacement for Danny Rose. Ryan Sessegnon, he was Manchester United were also interested in Ryan Sessegnon back in August, because as I said, Jose is looking to adjust that midfield. She's identified for what you doing?
Just gonna go get some shopping.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
What's that?
I think Mares has left it for you.
Alright. Thanks.
Yeah, I won't be long.
Alright. But saying on the matter, guys, so basically Tottenham are identifying Ryan Sessegnon as a suitable replacement for Danny Rose, because Ryan Sessegnon, Man United have been interested in him. Tottenham basically had a £25 million bid turned down for Ryan Sessegnon back in the August window as well. But Ryan Sessegnon's risen up the youth system fantastically well with Fulham, and he was fantastic on his first team debut last season. He made 30 appearances. I think he scored about 7 goals in his first team debut last season for Fulham as well, Ryan Sessegnon. But another good player, risen up the youth system well, attacking instinct's good, defensive distribution good, can play as a left back, can play as a left winger as well, can Ryan Sessegnon as well in the current process. But as I said about Ryan Sessegnon, he joined the Fulham under-19 in 2008, did the player. He's nearly been there a decade all in all. As I said, he's fantastic on his first team debut last season as well. He signed a 3-year deal back in June with Fulham, don't forget as well, did Ryan Sessegnon, made his first team debut. He's made his first team debut against Leyton Orient, made his first league team debut against Leeds, and scored his first goal against Cardiff as well. And after that, then became the first player to be in the English leagues to be born in 2000, scoring the first team game, the youngest player to score in a championship match. Also scored in his FA Cup debut against Cardiff as well, did Ryan Sessegnon. But he is, I think, so only 17 years of age, is Ryan Sessegnon. But if Fulham don't go up this season, he may well leave Fulham as well. But he's been on Man United's radar as well as Ryan Sessegnon, but he's Tottenham identify him as a good replacement for Danny Rose. If Danny Rose is actually to leave Tottenham as well. But saying about that left-hand side, Jose did say Jose Mourinho was identifying 4 left-footed players as well. I think, Mourinho's still in search for a winner because, we missed out on quite a few targets, back in the August window, having Perisic, Man United were not willing to pay the £48 million that Inter Milan were demanding. This is why we didn't get him. He's highly experienced having Perisic, I think he's about 27, 28. Fabinho, he's defensive midfield player as a fullback, we didn't get him. We're interested in him. Griezmann didn't get him. So Jose Mourinho's going to get £80 million spent in January, but hopefully I think by the summer, Jose Mourinho expects at least 2 or 3 signings in the team as well, because there's still areas where Man United need to strengthen up and add depth. But talking, as I said about what we're saying about Darmian as well for Manchester United, he's a player that could also leave in the January window as well. Matteo Darmian reports stemming from Italy. He's been linked with a move from Old Trafford. He's been linked to who's he been linked to now? He's been linked to Napoli, I think, and he's been linked to Sevilla as well as Matteo Darmian. I think this is Matteo Darmian's 3rd season now at Manchester United, because obviously Matteo Darmian, began his career at Inter Milan at the age of 17, then went to another team on loan, then went to Parma, then had 4 fantastic years with Torino as well, did Matteo Darmian as well. And this is his 3rd season now in the process for Manchester United. Made his international debut in 2014, won the FA Cup in his first season with Manchester United. Darmian has had a lack of game time this season at Manchester United, and he won't be satisfied about this as well. And I think he's made about 77 appearances in the Premier League for Manchester United as Matteo Darmian as well. He could potentially leave as well in January, whether it's on loan, whether it's permanently as well, I don't know, but he says we have to sell before we come by, maybe, to raise some funds. And yes, Ed Woodward's had discussion with I think he's going to give him £80 million as well. Talking about as well, another Man United target, we know Gareth Bale's another potential Manchester United target as well. Gareth Bale, has been heavily linked with a move to Old Trafford. Basically, since 2013, he has been heavily linked with a move to Old Trafford as Gareth Bale. He's under contract with Real Madrid until 2022. Don't forget he's Gareth Bale as well. He's linked to a move to Old Trafford. Reportedly, he did say in the press that the board of Man United board have actually made a decision, regarding Gareth Bale. And he did say Man United are actually preparing to end their interest in Bale, because obviously Real Madrid are, they value him at around 100 million. This is what Manchester United and Mourinho were actually prepared to pay for him back in the August window as well. But I think it's said Man United are only, are only going to consider, re-showing interest in Bale if Real Madrid, demand £50-60 million, because Man United are prepared to pay up to £50-60 million for Bale. But I don't think now at this moment in time Man United are prepared to pay up to £100 million. This is probably considering his age, due to that he's injury prone. We know he's got a record of injuries as Gareth Bale, especially since he's been at Real Madrid as well. And his agent has said that, Bale's agent said that he does want to finish his career with Real Madrid. In Spain, does Gareth Bale. You know, he's won 10 honours. Real Madrid, he's won 3 Champions Leagues in 4 seasons. He has been injured this season as Bale as well. Don't forget, and he's just recently recovered as Gareth Bale as well. But when he's fully fit, to be quite fair, you know, Bale's very, very good. His physical attributes, his crossing's very, very good as well. He's Gareth Bale's, to be quite fair to him, his crossing's very, very good as well. He's got tremendous speed as Gareth Bale in the current process. So yeah, just waiting to see what happens. But saying about Bale's injury prone, so it would concern me if he did come to Manchester United. But potentially we do need a left winger. We need someone on the wing who's more highly experienced. You know, who's pretty, because Martial and Rashford are young age challenge. You know, they have grown, developed into the game. To be fair to them, but I think we need someone on the left hand side who's more highly experienced. What would concern me about Bale? He is injury prone. But when he's fully fit, he is a good player because he's Premier League proven as well, which is beneficial. You know, he had 6 fantastic years with Tottenham, you know, risen up the ranks with Southampton as well, did Bale. And very, very good for Wales as well. You know, second top scorer for Wales is the player as well. But saying in the process, yeah, he's highly experienced, but his injuries would concern me. He missed Real Madrid's last 40 out of 60 games because of injury as well, did Bale. And this is 5th season process for Real Madrid. Florentino Perez is basically looking to generate the same amount of, you know, funds they paid for him from Tottenham. But it would concern me a little bit, guys. I'm going to be honest with you, due to his injuries, if he did make a move to Manchester United as well. But he's potentially been on Manchester United's radar as well. Basically, since the David Moyes era, he's been on our radar. But we've never got a deal over the line for Gareth Bale. But I'd love to see him apart from his injuries, I'd love to see a player like him at Manchester United. But as I'm saying in the process, that I think Man United are only prepared to pay up to £50-60 million for the player as well. But we do need a winger for definite. But definitely, you know, the best player on the left-hand side has been Ashley Young, without a shadow of a doubt. He's been the best player on the left-hand side this season because, you know, Jose Mourinho's chosen him regularly, and he's without doubt been the best player, and he's really, really surprised me this season as Ashley Young as well. But another potential, you know, Man United target, you know, is Antoine Griezmann as well. Another player I'd like at Manchester United is Antoine Griezmann. Fantastic, fantastic player. We know it come out in the press the other day, reports stem from France, that reportedly Griezmann had agreed a deal in principle with Barcelona. It did say Griezmann had agreed terms to join Barcelona. He's potentially been on Barcelona's radar as well as Antoine Griezmann. But Antoine Griezmann, good at leading the lines, versatility, very, very good, skillful, good in the air is Antoine Griezmann, and he's an efficient finisher. Hasn't been in the best of form this season. Man United have been heavily linked with him, you know, due to Atletico Madrid's transfer ban, didn't get a deal over the line. Estimated 6 out of 10 he was going to come to Old Trafford. Antoine Griezmann potentially. I disregard it in January. It may not happen in January, but Man United still may go for him in the summer as well, because I think his release clause reduces, does it? But he did actually say that the other day in the press that reports stem from Spain that Griezmann had reportedly asked Barcelona to trigger his 86 million release clause as well. So he may prefer the move to Barcelona in the summer rather than Manchester United, as it said in the press, because obviously, you know, he's got a lot of experience of being in Spain as Antoine Griezmann, but it would be good to see a player of that calibre, you know, come and experience the Premier League. But Man United have been in talks. Man United have approached Griezmann's representatives and had discussions about it as well. Griezmann did admit the Manchester United move was still a possibility, and he did say he did regret the decision that he did not join Man United, Griezmann, but he'd be fantastic for number 7, because as we know, Manchester United have got number 7 vacant, as we all know. We haven't had a good number 7 for a long time. It'd be beneficial as well, because he also has a fantastic friendship with Paul Pogba as well, so that would be beneficial, and he'd complement, you know, Griezmann, and, like, you know, he'd complement Rashford, Lukaku, you know, Martial. He'd look absolutely fantastic in the mix with all them. Would Antoine Griezmann? It dramatically would improve us. We've played pretty well this season, but there is still improvements needed in the team, without a doubt. As well, but Griezmann were very, very good during his Real Sociedad days. You know, he had 5 fantastic years there. He's not ranked well, won the title with them in his first season, scored 52 goals, just over 2 century periods. He's very, very good in the Euro 2016, voted the best player actually. And you know, for France in 2014, he got France to the quarterfinals as well. Did Griezmann? So with his versatility, with his finishing's fantastic, his shot accuracy is fantastic. he's very, very lethal and he would be fantastic. But he's been on Barcelona's agenda, but he's obviously Barcelona's alternative. You know, they've got quite a few alternatives, you know, on case they fail with the pursuit of Philip Coutinho as well. But potentially the main part of this video is about Mesut Ozil. Who's a Manchester United's next signing? Could it be Ozil? You know, we could still wait to see out his contract till he sees out his contract and then get him on a free transfer next summer. But reports are coming out that there's rumours going around social media that reportedly he's put Arsenal fans into a frenzy of what's being suggested on social media, that Ozil could still stay at Arsenal and sign a new deal with Arsenal. But it hasn't looked likely. It hasn't looked likely because there hasn't been talks for a while, you know, with Arsenal, you know, regarding Ozil. But it's put Arsenal into a bit of a frenzy. But whether I think Ozil will still leave, you know, whether it'll be January, whether it'll be on a free in the summer. I just don't see him signing a new deal with Arsenal because he did actually say as well he does want to play in the Champions League one day as well. Obviously, Arsenal have not got the Champions League this season as well. Especially, so tell everything to this, put your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe to my channel as always, drop a like on the video guys, and take it easy guys, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Take care, bye.